Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, we've got a major January thaw, end of January meltdown. 30s, 40 degrees. All the snow is melting. Ice. Kids have been off school for 3 days straight because the back roads are pure ice from all the cars driving on the snow and packing it down. And I got this packed down pretty good, so I got to be careful walking. But with this thaw, we can now get in these silos and peel the extra layer out on the wall. When it was froze, it was, it was, 10 below for and on, 10 to 15. It froze, it was pretty, so I've got to peel some of them off, and that way we'll be good for the next month or so. But in the meantime, we'll do that in a second. With all this moisture just, it's not good on a farm, I'm telling you. It's not good for the cows for one, but we'll have to do what we got to do. They're getting along decent, but this conveyor completely loosened up. Now, I'd already loosened this up, but it was pretty much like this to begin with. It's so long. Longest conveyor, I think, in Michigan. You see the length on that. It's spanning 1, 2, 3, 4 silos. And so the moisture gets in these chain links. I've got it loose, so I'm going to take a few of these out, and then we're going to tighten it back up. So I had this thing stop and just boop, stop the belt. I had to run, shut everything off. It was a pain in the butt, man. It was making me pretty angry, but it's because of the moisture. Let me tighten this up. We can get the rest of these fed, and I got to go in this 4th silo and check the walls. I already did that 5th silo yesterday. I peeled that big piece off of the wall, fed out of it. That one's good to go. I did this hay silo. There wasn't much on that wall, but I had to put a door in. So silo maintenance, conveyor maintenance for the day. We'll see what else we got to get into. Let's go. So what I do is I just sit up here on this conveyor, and I've got it stretched as far as I can. It looks like I could probably take 3 out, but I might just take 2 out to be sure. You've got to get these positioned properly, and then you can hammer them out with a hammer, and then you hammer them back in. I forgot what these are called, but a lot of you older guys, I'm sure, recognize this chain. What you got to do is hold it kind of like that. You just tap it out. Okay, one disconnected. Man, that's some tough chain. Okay, there's your chain link. I only took 2 because it's so wet. I didn't want to make it where I couldn't get it back together. So now you've got to piece this back together. Believe it or not, it goes back together easier than it comes apart. To actually make a tool the silo man had, because he taught me how to do some of this stuff. Then it kind of hooks in there. You don't have to use pliers, but you make with what you got to do. We got to do the other side now. I actually think I'm going to piece this chain together so it's not completely floppy. Before I close, she's connected. Well, one side's complete. Now we've got to take this link out. See, just like that. This side come apart a little easier. Like I said, there's a learning curve. I haven't done this. I think I did it maybe once a year. So I don't know if I did it last year or the year before. I know I did it the year before, but if I kind of grab it backside like that, and give her a whack. All right, the link is knocked out. Let's tap her back together. Come on. Okay, and that's it. Now we go up and tighten her up. Grab my tools, hammer, and channel locks. Oh. Excuse me, girl. We're going up top. Okay. Carefully walk up here, and this conveyor's been in for close to probably over 10 years. And, so that chain stretches and gets wore out. And that's why we'll tighten. This is where you tighten them, your tensioners. take and just got a ratchet wrench is what you want to use. That's what I got, and you just tighten her up. Okay, that side's decent. Let me turn this around. Hang on a second. Okay, there she goes. Now she's tightening up. Cow's waiting patiently. You can see it tightening up. I may start feeding out of this, then stop it halfway, come back up here and re-tighten it a little bit. Head back down. Like you said, if this freezes up, once it starts freezing solid, now it's supposed to be mild like this for the next couple weeks, but once it freezes, this thing will tighten up so tight I'll have to loosen it up. See the bull, he hears me, and he's over there breeding a cow. And we are back fired up and rolling. There's your hay. Corn silage grain. Got some fogginess going on, dense fog advisory. That's that moisture. You see how this chain kind of chugging. I think I'm gonna stop it, retighten it back up, because it's not tight enough. And just like that, that 4 silos down. I've been wanting to go up there. More than likely some stuff, some feed. Like I said, I was gonna scrape it, probably fell and stopped the unloader. We've got to go up there anyway. Let's tighten this up and go check it out. Back up we go. I just wanted to see where this looked. Okay, yeah, see, this is still needs to be tightened up a bit. Couple turns, we'll be all set. I'm climbing down a different way. Lonnie's here. He's gonna feed. Oh, while I go in that silo. Team effort. A lot of moisture, guys. A lot of wetness. Got my rope because I gotta pull a fork up there. When it was thawing out yesterday, 2 days ago, you could literally see a frost line on the silos. This silo is only third full. 2 center ones are your hay. Those are about half. Grain's way up there. You can still kind of see that line. That one's a lot of grain in there. Then your first silo, that cement's thick, 6 to 8 inches thick. It barely was showing frost. It barely freezes, that one. But that one's about half full. So we're gonna head up. I'll send this down, bring a fork up and see what happens. All right, just got in here. Got to put a couple doors in for sure. You see that frozenness, I've got to peel this right off with my fork, but hey, I'll have them crank this up and we'll feed it and get all this gone. But look what else I found. I see the drive shaft. Sheared a bolt. Sheared a bolt up here, guys. And there it is. Sheared it. I'm gonna need a bolt too. It was torquing on that and sheared the bolt. Okay, I got a fork for that. Well, they're gonna go get me a bolt, some wrenches, and I am going to start peeling this off. I'll just take the top, 2 feet. And then let it go around, and then I'll take the bottom 2 feet. That way I'll only have him crank it up probably 5 to 7. Five to 7 turns. Okay, we're about ready for him already. I guess while I'm waiting for him to get that bolt, I can put that door in. That door just swings in. I just gotta clean the area out. But yeah, that feed it comes right off when you got 40-degree temperatures. So that's gonna work out. It's like this almost every year if you get a bad freeze. I'll just head up in here. Oh, keep you flexible. Okay, just like that. Doors are in. Lonnie's on his way. I've got my phone propped up in here. Yeah, this shaft just slid out. I mean, this is some, looks like some older stuff, but you slide it back in, you put the bolt in, you're good to go. Okay, Lonnie just gave me the goods. He's heading back down to put the chute in, crank this up. I'm gonna put the bolt in. No big deal. Bring her in. Okay. Let me see that. Can't see very well. She's in. Cranking that silo up. I'm tightening this bolt on. We fired up in no time. That's good. He's gonna put that chute in. I gotta shut this door up because that silo loader, or that end of that'll catch. Now we're good. Okay, he's fired up. I'll push on this end. Got her cranked up. She's just gonna shoot. Good in here. Not a whole lot in here, to be honest. He's beating out of that ag bag probably, shoot, maybe in March. Shooting it up. Shut down, heading out. Yeah. Definitely a bit of a tight squeeze. And we're, wow. Okay, and we got daylight, and we got fog. Beautiful day. And we are switched over. I'm out. My back is sweating. Heated up in there. Plow was all plugged up a little bit with some fresh goodness there. But okay, and we're rolling. I mean, I'll get these fed. The only silo I got to go in is number 2. I'm not going to get to that today. But that was a pretty eventful morning. Conveyor sounds good, tightened up. 4th silo's in good shape, 5th silo's in good shape, 3rd silo's in good shape. Number 1's in excellent shape too, so. Look at that feed come rolling in. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Cows are happy. Woo! Whoa. Guys. Next day, next morning, I never wiped the chute out, and she plugged. Look at that mound of hay perfectly stacked. Well, I got a mess a little bit, but the rain came in heavy this morning. It's starting to die off now, but man, this snow is disappearing and extreme moisture. We've got to get this cleaned up. First bunk's fed. Got to feed the second one. Like I said, there's no easy way of doing this in this weather. I tell you, it's nasty. But we've got the vet coming. I've got to do herd checks. Lonnie and Mark's got some of these cows painted green so we can decipher which ones to get in. So we're gonna do that shortly. And then we're gonna see Dr. Goobert, Metamora, Michigan, and see how many I got pregnant. 33. I've been meaning to get this check for months, but the last 2 months when I had this date stuff, the barnyard was just too icy. When you go to sort them cows, you don't want them slipping and falling and potentially doing the splits, and you'll completely ruin a cow. So Now it's wet. It's almost 40-some degrees. The barnyard's slick, but it's not ice, so we're gonna get them in. Let's go. Got this conveyor turned on. We might as well clean this up real quick. This is some heavy, wet, beautiful feed. But if I put too much in there, I'm gonna hurt the conveyor, and we don't wanna do that. We're just gonna kinda work it in slow. That's some heavy stuff, boys. Cows are gonna love it. That's pure protein. That's what hay is. This is like steak tips right here that we're putting in on top. Okay. Walking around, I hope this stuff stops. Now I'm gonna go up in this chute and I'm gonna take it down and wipe it clean. It's probably darn near plugged as is. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. We gotta dig all this out. Like I said, there's no easy way, man, in this weather. It's just wringing wet. Cleaned out, but now you've got to get it dry. That's the problem, because this hay that's going to come down from the silo, that's moist feed. That's why when it's cold, this chute gets really icy or whatever, and it just slides down. When it's wet, it don't work as well. Fired up, seems to be working. We'll keep an eye on it. She's touchy, she's sticky. All right, and we're switched over. Like I said, this is not for the physically weak or the mentally weak. This stuff will break you down if you're not prepared. It's just one of them things. It's a battle. What I said when I was here, I seen Lonnie out there. It's gonna be a battle all day just trying to get these cows fed. Next up, you'll be lucky if some of them don't get sick with this weather change. They like constant feed, constant weather, and they seem to be doing pretty good so far. And that hay's pouring out. That's what I like to see. Okay, cattle are fed. I got the skid steer blocking this alleyway. We do that for sorting, and I use gates for the other ones. What I did was, these stalls got flooded. Let me know if any of you guys free stalls ever have them flood like that. Lonnie scooped them all out, and I had to refill them with fresh sand. This has happened a few times in the past. Rarely, but when you get a lot of rain. There was a lot of snow and then a bunch of rain last night, and normally we have this banked up, you know, so the water will slope off, but we've got it. We don't, because we have the bolts for the freestalls, so we can get at them and work at them. They're not covered up with dirt and they all rust out. See, this is what holds them on. But anyway, we got them secured. Fresh straw or fresh sand, and we're ready to get these cows in to get checked. Don't need them, sorting them. Don't need them. 141, yes. 141's a spunky one. 35, painted green. She's out, she's in. We're feeling good today. Come on in, you guys. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you. Oh boy, they're coming out. Don't need you. Hey. Rounding them up. Heifer. Oh, don't need to check her. Open up my exit ramp. Cows are in, waiting for the vet. Dad just got done cleaning this calf pen. Keeping them clean, keeping them dry. Lonnie just fed this barn. Fed, watered. Ready to go. Okay, perfect. Doc's here. Okay, we're gonna get fired up. Good news, Doc and his assistant brought Tim Hortons, Timbits. Let it cool down. And he's going in for the first one. She's not pregnant, and she might be near heat right now. Okay. All right, slow start, but we regrouped. Yep, she's 6'8" and human. Watch that front gate open. Yep, she's a massive animal. Try a little light to shrink down a little bit, so I need it. Okay? Okay. Alright. Writing down my notes. Semi-truck driver. There's more sand coming. 65 days? 65 days. Out of the barn. Herd check's complete. We're gonna run a heifer in a maternity pen. She's getting close.